Hi, my name is Victor.
And I'm Valerie.
Here is a fun fact.
We both graduated from the same university back to our home country.
And we both enrolled to the same master program in Shanghai.
But our backgrounds were quite different.
I was interested in China and studied Chinese.
And I, on the other hand, learned Spanish and didn't know any Chinese at all.
Anyway, we've been in China for over a year now.
And we are excited to share our recent trips to Nantou and Qingdao with you. Before this experience, I knew very little about Nantou. I thought, well, it's just near Shanghai, somewhere. But I was pleasantly surprised to discover that Nantou is known for its textile production. One of the highlights was our visit to the Blue Calico Museum. The atmosphere there was enchanting, with vibrant colors and patterns that made me want to splurge on souvenirs. I also learned something unexpected at the Abacus Museum. Besides the classic abacus my grandmother used, there are so many different varieties. It was fascinating to see all the unique designs and understand their significance. Another memorable stop was a traditional Chinese embroidery company. Watching the women hand embroider intricate designs was eye-opening. The craftsmanship involved is incredibly labor-intensive, and the finished pieces were absolutely stunning. It's no surprise places like Nantou are not famous among travelers, but the city has a rich history and charm, especially after a rain shower.
Unlike Nantou, I had of course heard of Qingdao, but this in no way diminishes the interest and admiration I experienced while being there. The architecture is the first thing that catches your eye when leaving the station and entering the city. The combination of preserved historical buildings and modern house facades is very impressive. And after sunset, the city center turns into a kind of a cyberpunk, as my friend says. The city's bounds are particular points. It's very peaceful. In observing some landscapes, you cannot help but think of asking the locals if they can speak any Mediterranean language. You can admire the Yellow Sea and walk along the bounds forever, except the fact that there are no shared bicycles. It certainly takes some time to adopt. This trip, the focus was on walking around the city and getting to know the local food. So even for me, living in Shanghai, Qingdao is simply teeming with seafood. It was the first time I saw people catching crabs in the evening in the city center and selling them right here. In the end of the journey, I got on a train and, admiring the stunning sunset, recalled the last 3 days spent in Qingdao. Obviously, the cities we talked about are difficult to describe in a few words.
As are impressions of them.
But all the things you've watched already in this video, that's exactly how we see China.